So, it's been a while. I suppose I should explain the gap in the uploads. It's not as cool as you're probably hoping. I got burnt out pretty hard, and I haven't been wanting to edit. There's a few reasons for that, but so first and foremost, I'm not editing this. I'm probably just gonna throw some gameplay footage over the background. Uh, Sorry, but that's part of the burnout. Uh, so I should probably explain what caused the burnout, and then kind of what I'm planning on doing moving forward. So I'll timestamp the different sections in the description, and you should see it on the timeline, just to make it easier for anyone who's like wanting to skip around or know exactly what's going on. Because, you know, I get a lot of people don't care like the reason, but I just want to put it out there in case people do want to know. Because I feel like it's unfair to just make a big decision and not explain why. So I am going to be making some changes to the channel in the future. But for now, let's get to the root cause of burnout. So when I started making this channel, when I started doing my videos, it was kind of a... not even YouTube videos, I was uploading them to Reddit first. But it was just kind of a side thing that I would do. I was practicing editing in general, thought, might as well upload them, right? So that was the thing. Eventually, I started getting a following, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pretend to be a real big boy YouTuber. So I started making like longer form videos and stuff. And I started getting comments saying stuff like, oh, wow, this editing is like professional tier. This editing is so good. This is like, oh boy. And I kind of started going, oh, okay, I guess I'm really good at this. So I'll keep putting in more and more effort. And I did. For a while, I was just spending an unholy amount of hours just editing every day, nonstop. And what happened was, I started getting to where I was... nothing that I made was of enough quality for me to put out there, right? Like, I would edit and re-edit and re-edit and keep going forward, and I would hate it. I would hate all of it, so I would just scrap projects, start over. And before I realized it, a bunch of time had passed. So that's kind of where the engage thing was going to come in. I thought that was going to be something that I could put out there. You know, it's short form content, kind of like I started out with. Very easy to put out. So I made... But then I got over ambitious with it again, and I wanted to get people to voice act stuff, and I wanted everyone to record lines. And I started trying to prepare in advance, and again, I was crushed by the weight of my own hubris. So yeah, all this to say, I really enjoyed making YouTube, like making the content before I started putting a lot of pressure on myself to make super high quality professional tier content. So what I'm gonna do, this is the next phase of the video, is kind of the future of the channel, right? What's gonna happen from here on out? What's gonna happen is I am going to make stuff that I enjoy making and not really worry about creating super duper high tier 20 edits a second videos that are super overwhelming to watch. I'm probably going to... it's probably going to be a lot closer to how it was at the start of the channel. I don't know if it's going to be one-to-one, because I got a little burnt out on that, but mostly because I just kind of ran out of, like, stuff to use for that. Like, I was not expecting to have to do, like, 30, 40 videos worth of stuff for there. So, yeah, that's just kind of it going forward. I don't really have a plan for exactly how I want to go, but I do want to... I want to make the stuff that I've promised to make. I want to finish the stuff that I've started, which is just up front, there's a Fixing Fates Part 2 that's already started. I've been working on that. Probably what's going to happen is the format is going to be very different from Part 1, and that's going to come up when I'm finished editing that. Persona. There's a Persona video, very similar to the Xenoblade one that I was working on. It's not very far along, so don't expect that anytime soon. That's something that'll be edited when I just have excessive amounts of energy to burn. There was a multi-part D&D beginner's guide that I kind of wanted to do because I was kind of getting back into D&D, and I was like, I should make a guide. That may or may not come out. I'm not in love with how it's turning out currently, but we're just gonna have to see when the time comes. If there's, like, again, if I enjoy doing it and I like it, I'm probably gonna put it out because I have put a lot of work into it already. But again, basically the stuff that I'm going to be putting out is going to be stuff for me. And I'm just going to be making stuff for fun. And it's not going to be as high quality as what I was trying to put out. But stuff is going to happen, essentially. The channel isn't dying. I'm not killing the channel. I'm not pulling the plug because I really enjoy, like, the editing process and making videos. It's just going to be a lot more casual from here on out. So, yeah. Hopefully that is sufficient explanation. If you want to stick with me, awesome. If you're gonna unsubscribe because you only want the big Xenoblade-esque videos, I'm sorry. I tried. That workflow just doesn't work with my personality. And I've learned that over these past couple months, just trying to force myself to do it in my limited spare time. So yeah. Thanks for sticking with me, and hey, hopefully I'll see you around for my next upload. Peace.